You know what, man? I've been coaching traumatized men for quite some time now, about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And let me tell you something, one of the most important things I learned, one of the biggest things I learned after coaching hundreds of men, specifically because of trauma they've had, which is, you know, affecting their social life, the dating life, everything, essentially dating and seduction and everything related to that, socializing, just talking to people, getting over anxiety and, bad negative beliefs about yourself. There's one thing I learned, man, and it is you deserve 100% of the consequences of the actions you take and you do not take. So whatever happens to you is completely and utterly your responsibility. No matter what you blame it on, if it's a past trauma, if it's this memory or that experience, it is always your fault. Now, let me get into some details about these type of people. These guys are usually divorced, money, everything gone, their whole livelihood's gone, taken. Kids can't see their kids. Abusive parents, non-supportive parents, terrible childhood of anxiety and just not being able to talk to anybody, agoraphobia, people who can't even say hello to their neighbors or someone that's a random, having massive anxiety. People who believe that they're not worthy of love, people who believe they're not worthy of success and things that others might have, people who believe that they are a loser or something like that, anything negative about themselves. These are the people I've dealt with, and I've managed to help many of them. However, sometimes you get a person that is just so down bad, that is unwilling to accept the reality of the situation that they are in. Now, I'm not fighting or I'm not degrading these people by any chance, because they deserve our help 100%, 100%. What I want to point at is there's a level of responsibility that everybody needs to take. Because yes, what happens to you in your childhood is not your fault. However, what is your fault is how you perceive what happened, what you do about it, and how you use those actions and feelings when they come up. Because I've been on both ends of the spectrum. Somebody comes in traumatized, PTSD, whatever it is, something that's affecting them badly. They say they want to change. So I coach them through 12 weeks where you go through an intensive coaching program together. And then they come out completely 10x, completely different person. This person has been traumatized, but he had a choice. Because at the start, he realized that everything he does is his complete responsibility. The situation that he is in is his fault. He realized that. And what happens when you realize everything's your fault is you realize that there's something you can do about it. Because if it's out of your control, you can't control anything. But if you take responsibility, then it's in your control and you can do something about it. Like, for example, not let it affect you. Or like, for example, use it as motivation to change. And that is exactly what some guys do. They come in completely fucking broken and they rebuild the pieces together. They perceive what happened to them as positives, as learning experiences, as just a way to improve. And so they come out successful on the other hand, completely 10x, able to talk to anybody, go down, say, hey, I think you're cute, pull a number, get out, get that person on a date. Amazing. Really proud of that person. And then there's some people who are similar, who choose not to do the work, who choose to dwell in the same issues. I literally get people who come week after week after week and say they are still on the same problem. Okay, I understand everybody comes and goes at a different stage, right? Your progress is different. Don't compare yourself. Okay, I understand that. What the problem is, you can't come in and complain about it, because that specifically means you did absolutely nothing to change that situation. Because I am not here to change you. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to point you to the right direction, because I can point a donkey to water, but I can't make it drink. It's the same way. I can give you all this advice, life-changing work, whatever, but I can't make you do it. I can't come out there, fly, grab you by the hand and force you to talk to people and improve every day. I can't. That is completely up to you. And once you realize that nobody can help you, nobody can just come, take complete control of your life, take you from 1 to 100 and say, hey, here you go, take the controls, that's free. Nobody will ever do that. You have to realize that. So there's only one thing left to do. You have to take full responsibility and decide, is this in my control or out of my control? If it's out of my control, you drop it. If it's in your control, you change it or perceive it or manipulate it. Do something to it. Change it. Change your circumstance. So I get these guys coming in and they complain about the same stuff every week. They victimize themselves. Even in the calls, in a 1 hour call, all you hear is, I'm a loser, people suck, I believe this, women are dirty. You know, I get people coming in and literal misogynists coming in and saying, women are trash, women don't deserve to exist, women are terrible, women are just crazy, they're this, they're that. Victimizing yourself. You are saying that the reason I am in this situation is because of women. Now that makes you super weak, it makes you a pussy, it makes you a bitch, it makes you everything but strong. Because you are essentially giving up control of your life to some external force. Literally giving you the keys to some external force that doesn't even exist. So yes, you are a loser. Yes, women are terrible. And yes, you deserve everything that comes to you because you refuse to get out of it. Because there are people in the similar situation who, when something bad happens to them, they do something about it. They take responsibility and realize, you know what? It's not the woman's fault that she broke up with me. It's actually my fault because I allowed myself to be broken up. So what can I do about this? I can improve myself. I can learn from this experience. I can work on this experience. I can forget this experience. You can do something about it. But if you just say, oh, you know, she broke up with me, she's just crazy, she's that, she's this, you're still fucking miserable. What changed? Nothing. You're still fucking miserable. What are you doing about it? And so and then you come in and pay fucking thousands of dollars to get coaching, right? And then you do nothing about it. Well, yeah, man, of course I'm going to say to you, you deserve everything that's happened to you. Everything. I cannot help you, brother. Sorry. Because you're not even willing to help yourself. Like I said, I'm only pointing you at the right direction. I can message you and say, bro, get up, do your approaches, do this, talk to people. But that doesn't mean you're going to do it. So nothing is ever anybody else's fault. It is always your fault. When I realized this, it helped me to come back on YouTube. Because let me tell you, I was going through the same thing. I was blaming my situation, my environment, my household, my parents for the reason that I can't do YouTube. Because they disturb me, because they get in the way, because the house is loud. I don't have privacy. I don't have a place to record. Cool, I'll just record in my room. Cool. I can just go to the park. See, when I victimize myself, there's no solution. But if I take responsibility, I am not recording because I victimized myself. Okay, there's something I can do. Where else can I record? At the park, in my bedroom, like I am right now. Somewhere else when it's quiet. I can record at a different time. I can batch record. See, I went through that shit, bro. Please don't do the same mistake. Please, God forbid, do not make the same mistake I did. Do not victimize yourself because there is no way out, let me tell you. I delayed this YouTube thing for so long because I victimized myself. Don't do this. I could have been a successful young person helping thousands of people right now instead of maybe 2 years later, just because I victimized myself. So don't do that. Everything is your fault. Accept it and do something about it. Again, remember, is it in your control? If it is, do something about it. If it's not in your control, forget it. Because anything you do to try to change it is complete insanity and psychopathy. Much love, my brother. Catch you on the other side. I showed up today and I hope you did too. We're all gonna make it, bro.